Hello, everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the most hottest topic around today is cryptocurrency. Is the price going up? Is the price coming down? My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, I'll be sharing videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you would like to learn more, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Okay, gently tap the thumbs up and click on the notification bell to know when we put up new video. So today we are very fortunate to have one of Asia and probably in the whole world, someone who is very knowledgeable in trading, investment, and also in cryptocurrency. So put our hand together for Dr. Clemen Chiang. Okay, welcome Dr. Clemen Chiang to our program. Now, I have a couple of questions for Dr. Clemen Chiang, and for those of you who are really keen to know more about cryptocurrency and how you can optimize on this opportunity, here it is. The first question: the Bitcoin price has been trading below the 200-day moving average since 19th of May, so it's probably close to 4 weeks now. Many ordinary investors, their money are being stuck. They run out of fund to trade. Many are thinking of cutting loss and taking the remaining fund to trade on other instruments or maybe other coins such as Ethereum, Cardano, or Binance coin. Some are even happy to take back whatever money left and move on. So Dr. Clemen Chiang, what have you got to say to all these investors?
Wow, that's a really tough question to begin with, Richard. And thank you once again for having me into your show. And you know, right now, there's a major movement in the pricing of Bitcoin just in recent days. And since the last time we came to the program to share about it, and let me switch over to the charts itself and we give some direction of what is exactly happening at this moment.
Great.
So this is the Bitcoin chart. And just as you have highlighted to our friends, that the kiss of death seems to be nearing, but the kiss not planted yet. So we again look at right over here, the green line, which is the 50-day moving average line. And this is the line that really all of us, we got to be monitoring really close because it will work hand in hand with the 200-day moving average line, which is represented by the red line here. Now, this is the part we are anticipating the kiss of death. So I imagine my mouth is right over there. Now, if we put
in the next couple of days,
within the next couple of days, and if I kind of move my cursor hair right over here, it will probably kiss on the 20th of June. That is right below right here, 20th of June, which is exactly 4 days from now, unless something major is about to happen. So there are telltale signs right now. Something is about to happen to prevent the kiss of death from kissing itself. Now, we're going to dive in right over here and remove the moving average line, and then we're going to have clarity. Now, what is happening here that finally Bitcoin was able to break out of the very important 40,000 to 30,000 channel range? So you can see right over here, it has broken for 2 days in a row. Now, these 2 days, I wanted initially to call it the Elon Musk candle, but he has failed the test. Just to recap, when we call it the Elon Musk candle, back then, the first time, $10,000 movement in 1 day when was Elon Musk announced that Tesla is willing to accept Bitcoin as a payment. Okay. Number two, the last time round, the candle went down 10,000 in 1 day. And that was when Elon Musk again announced that Tesla has rejected Bitcoin as a form of payment. So the arrow where I'm pointing at right now, this is the part, the first green arrow right here. Let me just emphasize the first green arrow right here. This was the day that Elon Musk tweeted, perhaps Tesla will consider to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, provided it is 50% energy efficient. That is, it is not mining based on fossil energy and is based on clean energy. And that created a little movement right here but it's not called a third Elon Musk candle because it didn't fulfill $10,000 movement. It should hit about 46,000. So we have 2 days of green candles right here. And that's the reason why I believe you have asked a very, very sharp question. And the question relates to, should we, the ordinary man of the world, go out there to acquire Bitcoin? Should we borrow money to buy Bitcoin? Should we sell off all other things to go into Bitcoin? That is the key question. And I'm really looking forward to your next question, Richard.
Okay, so thank you so much, Clemen, for your wisdom. Now, the next question has to do with what you have mentioned just now, that Elon Musk actually made some tweet or comment that caused the market to shift, right? So this time now, he kind of retract and added that if the mining become green and clean, Tesla will also be willing to
accept Bitcoin
again. Yeah. So that's the thing. But I want to ask you the second question: is there market manipulation, right, by all the big wheel that we are being played, by all these big boys? So what is your thought on this? What is your take on this?
In fact, that's a great question, Richard, because what is the trigger we should really ask that resulted in Elon Musk 2 days ago tweeting that, hey, I may consider having Tesla to accept Bitcoin if the clean energy proposition of 50% or more remains to be true. Now, all of us in the marketplace, we already know there's clean energy more than 50%, all right? So he's just taking a statement out. But what caused him to make that statement was, in fact, Richard, you have rightfully pointed out, there are hedge funds managers, money managers out there who are very, very upset with Elon Musk. And one of them, in fact, tweeted out, and in a very important blockchain article, he said that Elon Musk should be investigated by the Securities Exchange Commission for the pump and dump actions, resulting in so many ordinary people who bought high. Right now, they are stuck with Bitcoin. They can't exit, or if they exit, they will realize a significant loss of their money. So that is the trigger. And in response to that article, Elon Musk retweeted on the article and he made this proposition. Okay, no problem. I'll accept Bitcoin if you guys can prove to me clean energy is mining Bitcoin at 50% efficiency. And that was the tweet that resulted in the 2 candles that we saw just now.
Yeah, my question here is this. There are big boys that are manipulating the market. For example, let me just an example. I believe that there is an article by Clemen Chiang that first, predicted that Bitcoin price will go beyond 100,000. And then it's the same institution that says that Bitcoin price is going to drop to 20,000. So by the same institution that says it's going to go up, right? And then it says it's going to go down. And many ordinary people, when they hear or they heard this kind of comment, what do? They sell. When they sell, big boys come in and they buy. Big boy come in and take all our ordinary people's money, and then they tweet that price is going to go up and force the price to go up, and then they sell. And so are we manipulated by all these big boys and whales? And what is your thought on that?
So the big boys, what we need to do right now, I'm going to bring us across to the next important website, and that is none other than the Bitcoin Treasuries. This is the official, right now, the dominant site to track the behavior of public companies and private companies, and they can go about to verify truly they have acquired Bitcoins. So let us start right from here. This is the portion where we talk about Bitcoin treasuries. And in terms of the totals by category, they are looking at the following areas. So let me start out with ETF. That's only controlling 3.885% of the 21 million limited fixed supply of Bitcoin. The countries that are involved in Bitcoin, only 1.23%. Public companies, less than 1% at 0.953%. Private companies, even lesser, 0.742. Now, what can we infer from a data that's presented in this column here is that truly this is a decentralized coin because the big boys control only like 6.818%, meaning to say there's another 93% out there that's decentralized, spread across 700 million individuals of the people on planet Earth. So we are in a very interesting kind of what we call the tip of the iceberg, whereby compared to the stock market, there's almost like a 50-50% ratio, 50% institution, 50% retail investors, and so on. And this is a virgin market. This is a virgin market for ordinary men to see this number and say, wow, I have a chance to be influential right here before the truly big boys come in and flood the market and tilt the 6.18% to a 50-50% ratio. By then, I got no chance already. And that's why we must still look at it with an open eyes. Not one single person can manipulate it. In fact, if we want to talk about manipulation, then we go down to the role of the public companies right here. This is the role, and clearly the one that can really manipulate is the one controlling 92,000 Bitcoin today. that's none other than MicroStrategy.
Wow. So this is a very, very important news, and then positive news for all of us who are ordinary investors to know that big boys may not actually control, and it is decentralized, and ordinary people the price is based on supply and demand, and not just the big boys. I think that's a very good news. So it gives us confidence that destiny is in our own hand and not just in the hands of the big boys. And that's very, very good. Okay, so it's a fair playing field. Now, my next question to you is someone that is very, very, very positive on Bitcoin. And in fact, he has been the leading advocate, on adoption of Bitcoin in the market. Many of us know his name, and none other than the CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. So recently, Michael Saylor wanted to raise, or he intended to raise $400 million to buy Bitcoin, but there is a lot of overwhelming response. I think he got $1.6 billion offer, of which he took $500 million to invest in Bitcoin. And just 2 days after that, he borrowed another $1 billion again, and then to buy or to invest in Bitcoin. So this is a comparatively very, very bold move by companies of any business, right, to invest their money on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Now, Dr. Clemen, what do you think is he doing? Now, as ordinary investor, should we model him like borrowing money to put into Bitcoin? What is your comment?
Wow, this is really the exemplar of the world of Bitcoin. We are looking at a top-notch entrepreneur. And if you look at the company MicroStrategy itself, this is backed by the largest shareholder, that's none other than BlackRock. And of course, we also know that Singapore Sovereign Wealth Fund, Temasek, is a shareholder of BlackRock. So the ultimate shareholder that we are chasing, it leads up to a Sovereign Wealth Fund of Singapore. Now, I want to switch over right now, again, over to look at the stock chart of MicroStrategy and give a few pointers for our viewers to understand this whole movement of MicroStrategy as a company stock price. And what we need to do straight off when we look at the stock price of MicroStrategy, ticker symbol MSTR, is straight away put a comparison against Bitcoin. So I'm going to type in here BTC-USD and click on it. And we're going to select a dark blue line to represent Bitcoin itself. And here we go. You can see that right over here, the correlation of the stock price of MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin is closely related, almost have the same pattern. And if I'm going to move over here, I'm going to give us the 3 major pointers to understand about MicroStrategy. So I'm going to start off with step 0. Now there are 3 steps, step 1, 2, 3, but we start with step 0. Step 0 is right over here. This is the moment in time where Michael Saylor took out his personal investment, his own money, to buy Bitcoin first.
When I said again, which month, which year again?
That was last year.
Okay.
In the 3rd quarter, his average price is just below $10,000. All right, so we must remember the point, step 0. His average price is below $10,000, and he got the board of approval, and he has to inform the board, because he's an interested party, that he's going to buy Bitcoin with his own cash, and he did that. And right after he did that, which is step 0 here, he moved on to take the company's cash in MicroStrategy to buy Bitcoin. Now, this is a major movement, because the step 1, he has performed what we call a share buyback, but not buying the company shares, but buying Bitcoin, and kept Bitcoin as a treasury inside the company's bank. This is an amazing move, otherwise known on Wall Street as the Dutch auction. So that is the step 1. Now, step 2, he raised over $1 billion. By then, the price of MicroStrategy, the stock price, has already moved upwards to here, which is about 4 times, from 100% to 400% right here. All right, it's like crazy movement. And I'm going to take away Bitcoin right now, and you can see the comparatively stock price movement value. He started off at $200, and by then he has pushed the price up towards around this period to $300, $300 to $400, and that was the moment in time he executed step 2. He issued what we call a convertible debt offering. And this convertible debt offering at an interest rate of 0%. And by then he bought up, he got the 1.1 billion war chest. He pushed the price of Bitcoin up by buying more and more Bitcoin. And as a consequence of that, his company's stock price shot up to 1,003.
Wow.
So if we take 200 to 1,003, that's like 6 times in less than 1 year. Which other business is able to do that without changing anything he does, but simply doing one thing, that is to buy Bitcoin? So it went all the way up to 1,003, and that was also the peak of the Bitcoin pricing. And finally, last week, he just completed a very important step, and that is step 3. He has completed a senior secured debt offering of $500 million, and he's announcing to the world, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin. And as a result, you see these 2 candles moving up here. This is really, really fantastic. They broke out of the $600, what we call a support line. It broke above $600. Today it's trading at $630 right here. So MicroStrategy is the only company in the world today that's completed 3 major fundraising, from what we call a Dutch auction share buyback, to number 2, a convertible debt offering, to number 3, a senior secured debt offering. We call it a hat trick. Borrow money just to do one thing, buy Bitcoin. So for those of you who do not want to go into the market and buy Bitcoin directly, then you can consider investing into this public company. I think right now it has reached a really nice price of entry for us, looking at $600. And $600, if you compare to the high of 1,002, you're looking at least 2 times the returns. That's 100% profit return if it goes back to the original level, 600 to 1,002. And this is what MicroStrategy can offer to you today.
Okay, so you say that, if some an ordinary investor have some money, they can have an auction either to invest in Bitcoin, just like this Michael Saylor do, who have a lot of faith in Bitcoin, or they can buy the company stock, which actually own a lot of Bitcoin. So
Yes.
Thank you so much for that wisdom. Now, for those of you who are very, very interested to know a lot more about this subject on investing in cryptocurrency, and probably get involved in the environment so that you can optimize on the benefit of cryptocurrency, do remember to click the thumbs up as well as the notification. So whenever we have a video, you will be the first to know. So thank you, Dr. Clemen Chiang. The last question I want to ask you is, we are going to organize a cryptocurrency investment seminar 2.0. Yeah. And for those of you who are interested in this cryptocurrency topic, what are your comments for all these people?
Wow, Richard, I'm really anticipating and looking forward to this big event, CIS version 2.0, because this is the second version after the successful round in 2018, where almost literally every single prediction came true on stage. Back then, pre-pandemic, we were still on stage. We were still in the big exposition, big ballroom. But right now, we talk about online. And the online experience will be completely different in the sense that you're going to be so up close and personal, like I'm so close to you right now. And you're going to hear very crystal clear strategy from all the great speakers coming on board. I think more importantly is the time frame. The time frame is really important because it's happening very, very soon this period. And I want to urge all of you to quickly register. What I heard from the organizers is tickets are running out really like crazy. So you should really go and register. Be at the front row seats. All right, front row seats, I'm talking about you perhaps have an opportunity to engage with each of the individual speakers, because sometimes certain notions or nuances cannot be spoken on stage. It is passed through in private conversation. And that's how I plug myself into the cryptocurrency world as well. I hear a great speaker on stage. I say, okay, I noted what you spoke about, but I want to speak to you in private. And that's where I go to lunch meeting, dinner, cocktail parties with them. And it's in those private conversations, the wise words will be released. So I think CIS version 2.0, there are many wise words going to be released to you. And I want to urge you quickly go to the link below and register right now.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Clemen. So we want to wish you wealth, health, and happiness in your life. And wait till we meet again in the next video.
Thank you.